That's Nick.
And that's Joseph, and today we're here to talk about Behind You, which will be available courtesy of Vertical Entertainment on VOD April 17th, 2020. It's the directorial debut of Andrew Mecham and Matthew...
That was a struggle, okay.
I think that's how you say that. And Matthew Whedon, who is the brother of writer-director Joss Whedon. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This film is about two young sisters.
Mm-hmm. Olivia and Claire.
Whose mother passes, and their father is indisposed. We don't know where he is. So the dead mother's co-worker drags them to their aunt's house, who lives in all alone, in this big house where all the mirrors are covered because a demon lives in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, one of those mirrors, the covering gets taken off and the demon possesses the youngest child, and then...
wreaks havoc,
and then there's some more stuff that happens.
And obviously we get rid of the demon at the end. So there's one movie with a similar plot that I can think of, right? Oculus?
Oculus, yes.
Okay.
I also think there's a South Korean film from 2003 called Into the Mirror, which was famously remade by Alexander Aja in 2008 as Mirrors, also dealing with entities in the mirror that provides access into homes. I was reminded of a film called The Pact from 2012 with Casper Van Dien and Agnes Bruckner.
Casper Van Dien is that man from Starship Troopers?
Yes.
Ooh, I'm impressed I remember that.
And Sleepy Hollow. He had a brief
Okay.
And this also, the weird, being stuck with a weird relative that doesn't want them, Flowers in the Attic, a little bit. It's set in 1979. It opens with Lewis Carroll's famed Jabberwocky is being written or being read aloud, and you can tell that's the vibe they're going for. In the film's production notes I was reading, there were quite a few last-minute revisions to the script and a lot of reworking of the script, and you can tell it feels very derivative. But for a first film, I've seen a lot worse, but this was still...
Well, I was going to say we should start with what you liked about it.
What did you like about it?
I thought the two younger actors did a good job. I think they did the best of the five main people.
They did. I did write in my notes, there were lots of sighs and crying.
I think there was some effective visuals. Because the demon, we really only see in the reflection of a mirror for the most part. And I thought that was effective.
Sure, also considering kind of the troubled pre-production, the special effects aren't bad.
No, they're not.
That either.
Yeah. That's about it. I don't like being mean about film because I enjoy watching movies of all type, even if they're low budget.
Yeah, sure.
Film. I like all types of films, so... it doesn't feel good to say I don't like a film. I didn't like this film. It's not good, in my opinion.
Well,
but there's nothing really redeeming about it. It's not particularly... it's not fun at all.
It isn't fun. Even some quite terrible acting, I think, in certain portions.
Oh, and I don't like saying that, but I agree. I think, Which could have been... So I think in part... So the two main adult characters, the aunt...
Aunt Beth
and her gentleman friend,
her suspiciously
homosexual,
played by Philip Brodie from The Outpost.
I think for him, maybe the ADR was the issue.
Yeah.
The sound seems off, and the dialogue. I'm not saying his acting's bad,
and actually even Jan Broberg as Aunt Beth. I think part of it is on the dialogue, and I guess if you take into consideration some screen revision or some script revisions last minute, I don't know.
As a result, the performances are
affected.
Yeah, they're not. I don't want to say laughable because they're not fun. They weren't fun to watch, but yeah, it just.
Another film.
Real stiff.
It reminded me of Kieran Foy's Eli, which came out on Netflix earlier this year. About a child being stuck in a house and strange things happening. But that film at least had a camp factor going for it.
Right.
This doesn't have that at all. But something interesting, I think, worth noting. Jan Broberg plays Aunt Beth. She Do you remember that documentary, Abducted in Plain Sight? It's 2017. We probably watched it.
About the neighbor who took the girl and convinced her they were aliens?
She's the young girl. Like in real life. Well, he befriended the family and basically abducted her.
Wait. The girl who was abducted and like he took her to Mexico?
Yes, yeah, that's her.
Okay, stop the track. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So we're done with this review of this film. So I would give Behind You 1 out of 5 stars. What would you give it?
I would there is effort made. It's just so plainly derivative, but 1.5.
Okay, whatever. So the Abducted in Plain Sight is about a man who ingratiates himself into a family.
The Brobergs. Mm-hmm.
Is this true?
It is true, yeah. She even has it in her bio.
And he starts molesting this girl and convinces the parents that it's like necessary for his mental health. Like his therapist or someone told him that he needed to interact with her.
Yeah.
And he brainwashes her in part by like playing her like on the radio footage of the aliens saying that she can't say anything about it. But what really took me out was this man who was molesting, what's her name?
Jan Broberg.
Was having sex with her dad and her mom.
That's right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so, I can't recommend Behind You, but I do recommend watching the documentary Abducted in Plain Sight. The main actor lady in Behind You is that bitch from Abducted in Plain Sight?
Yes.
I'm shook. I did not know that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so there's that interesting factoid.
Well, this review's done. I would definitely recommend checking out Abducted in Plain Sight.
Oh, and then because I watched this before you, and I could overhear you as you were watching it, and you made an exclamation point at the very same point I did when that girl has the peanut butter allergy. That's revealed.
Okay, that is funny. So the young girl, the youngest
Claire.
sister, is allergic to peanut butter, but of course her older sister doesn't tell the people cooking for her that she is, and she goes into shock or has an allergic
anaphylactic shock. Yeah.
Yeah. There are a couple. Well, there are some moments that are kind of bad, but I can't continue.
Okay.
This is amazing information. This is breaking news.
It blew my mind. Yeah.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.